All right. So in this video, I wanted to talk about that Walt Disney Company annual shareholder meeting that took place a few days ago with Mr. Bob Chapek. Now, to start this conversation off, I wanted to talk about Bob Chapek himself. Okay, because there's been I've seen a lot of kind of like trash talking of Bob over the past, well, really few years in regards to his speaking style, in regards to how he, articulates himself, and he's a moron, and he's an idiot, he doesn't know how to talk. Okay, I think that's deeply, deeply unfair to Mr. Chapek. I really, really do. We're comparing Bob Chapek to Bob Iger, and they're completely two different scenarios. Okay. Bob Iger, for those of you that don't know, started off his career as a weatherman. Okay. So he is very comfortable in front of the camera. Of course, he's going to have the perfect hair and the great smile and all the charisma. He was a weatherman. He was a weatherman. So he started his career doing that thing, that charisma thing, being good looking, talking to the camera. So of course, Bob Iger is going to kick major butt when it comes to that. Okay. Chapek is not that guy. Okay. He's not that guy. He is an executive, but he didn't start off his career in front of the camera. So there's going to be a learning curve there. Okay. So no, Chapek does not have the camera presence that Bob Iger has. And it's expected that he wouldn't. It's completely expected that he wouldn't. Now, I am going to give Bob Chapek credit, though. Since he started the CEO position a year ago, he's improved his style a whole lot. I recently saw an interview with him on CNBC, and he did fantastic. He was talking about, the Disneyland Annual Pass program and what have you. He seems to be getting more comfortable in front of the camera. So good for him. Look, you can be a very intelligent person and not be an articulate speaker. It happens all the time. So the fact that Bob Chapek has been with the Disney company for so long and has steadily worked his way up the rankings, and Bob Iger, who everyone agrees is brilliant, right? Handpicked Bob Chapek to be his successor. Obviously, there's something there. The guy obviously has some chops. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I just want to kind of address that before we move forward. Now, the first topic I want to discuss in that shareholder meeting was Kathleen Kennedy. Bob Chapek was asked directly, what's going on with Kathleen Kennedy? Are you going to fire her? Are you going to keep her? What's going on? And Bob Chapek said, hey, look, we love Kathleen Kennedy. There's no plans for her to leave. She's going to be with us for many, many years. They're looking forward to her leading Lucasfilm for a very long time. Now, I like Kathleen Kennedy. I think she's made mistakes. I think, the director drama and all that stuff is really inexcusable. But overall, I think she's made a good product. I've been a fan of the Star Wars movies under her leadership. Okay. But I wouldn't put any weight into these comments by Bob Chapek. Okay. It was standard corporate fluff. Okay, what did you expect Chapek to say? First of all, the question wasn't that great because Chapek can't really answer it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, if they were actually looking to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, do you think Bob Chapek would get up there and be like, yeah, you know what? We don't like Kathy Kennedy at all. We're actually thinking about letting her go. Low key, shh, don't tell Kathy though. Don't tell her though. But yeah, we want to get rid of her. Do you think he's going to say that? Of course not. Of course not. So he gave the standard canned corporate response. Yeah, we love Kathleen. She's going to be here for years to come. Right? That's the standard corporate canned response that you got. It means nothing. Now, I personally do think that Kathleen Kennedy will be here for several years to come. I do think that Chapek is correct in that, where she will be sticking around. I think that she's done a good job, and I think Disney believes that she's done a good job. But to hang your hat on that and to put so much weight into that, like it's the gospel, means nothing because he could be lying through his teeth. He's not going to announce her firing in that environment. Meant nothing. absolutely pointless question. I think that the anti-Kathleen Kennedy people are putting way too much weight into it. And I think the pro-Kathleen Kennedy people are putting way too much weight in it. It really was a non-answer, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, I do believe that she will be sticking around for some time longer. I don't think Disney wants to get rid of her. All right. And the next topic I want to talk about in this shareholder meeting was Disneyland. Disneyland. So Bob Chapek said that he wants to open Disneyland by the end of April. Okay, which is pretty much what we all expected. I mentioned in the video not too long ago that, even though that California theme parks are allowed to reopen on April 1st, Disneyland probably wouldn't, because they have to bring back the cast members. They might even have to rehire. You have to understand that a lot of cast members, being out of work for so long, might have found other jobs. They might not want to come back. So Disney might have to rehire. They're going to have to retrain. They're going to have to, there's a lot going there. There's a lot that has to happen to reopen these parks. So end of April, early May seems about right. That gives them enough time to kind of do what they have to do. So that's really no shock there at all. And he also, mentioned that Avengers Campus will not be opening with the park. Okay. And again, that's not really too much of a shock. I mean, it's a smart move. You really want to have, a grand reopening for Avengers Campus. You don't want it to be kind of lumped in with the overall reopening of Disneyland Resort, right? So I think it's smart to hold off on that. Maybe do like a summertime reopening, have a big to-do, a big gala for the Avengers Campus opening. So that was a smart decision. So yeah, Avengers Campus will not be reopening with the park initially. Probably going to be summertime though. Probably going to be summertime. And I'm super excited for that. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is Disney Plus, the belle of the ball. Disney Plus, Chapek announced, hit 100 million subscribers. 100 million subscribers, way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. Disney Plus is kicking major butt. Okay. And really, I mean, to be quite honest with you, The Mandalorian really fueled most of this growth. It had one real major show for the longest time. And, now you have WandaVision, but that's kind of a recent thing. But Mando really fueled a lot of that growth. And now you have, Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out very, very soon. You got Loki on the horizon, and then not to mention all the Star Wars stuff like Obi-Wan Kenobi show and all that. So Disney Plus, it has a really bright future ahead of it. I think we're going to see 200 million subs probably by 2022, 2023 is what I'm thinking. I really do. I think they're going to be ahead of schedule for 200 million subs as well. I think this platform has really taken off. I think it saved Disney during the pandemic. I think that if it was not for Disney Plus during the pandemic, Disney would be in a world of hurt, way worse than they are now. Way worse. Okay, I think Disney Plus has really saved this company. Last time I checked, I think it was yesterday, Disney stock was like knocking on $200 door. Like it was almost at $200 a share. Okay, that's a huge, that's even higher. That's like $50 higher a share than it was pre-COVID. Because I believe right before COVID, it was hovering around $150 a share. Now it's at almost $200. And that's really largely because of Disney Plus. It's not because of the parks. Okay. It's definitely not because of the parks. It's because of Disney Plus. So Disney Plus has really kept this company, I don't want to say afloat, but it really has helped it through the pandemic. I mean, it was perfect timing in terms of when it was released and everything. So, yeah, that was definitely a blessing for sure. But what do you guys think about this Bob Chapek annual shareholder meeting? What are your takeaways from it? Do you have anything to add in terms of what I talked about, or do you have any opinions on Bob Chapek and his speaking style? Kathleen Kennedy. I know you guys have opinions on Kathleen Kennedy. Disneyland reopening at the end of April. Disney Plus. What are your thoughts on it? I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a wonderful wonderful day. Bye-bye, y'all.